What's good, YouTube? Andre here with the DM Network. Y'all, if you're new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button. It would help us out tremendously in our goal to reach 10,000 subscribers. Also, don't forget to turn on notifications. We upload 7 days a week. All right, so hit the sub button if you're new, or if you've been watching the videos and you've yet to do so. Now, on with the video. So today is a pretty, I guess, important topic, a topic that we haven't discussed in detail yet. I may have went over it before, I don't know. We're up to almost 50 videos about this game, and it's just growing, and I appreciate that. So I have Ruben Powell. I have 3 different people here pretty much talking about the same topic. Ruben Powell says, the DM Network, I got a topic for you next video. How do you think transformations will work in an open world? The epicness of how the transformations will look and boost your stats. I was thinking about how they are going to balance out the game with transformations. Also, John Boy said, man, I don't know if you talked about how transformations would work, but that would be an awesome topic. Kaioken, Super Saiyan, second grade Super Saiyan, Vegeta versus second form Cell, etc. I just want Super Saiyan 3 so badly. Hopefully it goes to the Boost Saga. And then also Giovic Diasana, if I'm pronouncing that wrong, I'm sorry. He said, hey, DM, I got a suggestion for a video. I was wondering whether you think there'll be a change in level when Goku turns into a Super Saiyan in the game. Example, while we play in his base form, he's level 45. But when he transforms, our level goes up to 65. I was just thinking about that, or maybe I'm reaching. So very, very interesting topic. And I would like to discuss that and kind of cover all 3 of y'all's, try to answer all 3 of your questions as far as, and all of this is speculatory. So take everything with a grain of salt because we don't know anything yet. We do know that Goku does go Super Saiyan. We do know that it goes up to the Frieza saga, but that's about it for right now. So this is contingent upon a couple of things. Number 1, transformation wise, if it just stops at the Frieza saga. Number 2, or I would say 1A, a sub part 1 is, what is the end game like? Is there an end game? You see what I'm saying? I don't think this game is going to be linear, but if it is, then there could potentially be no end game, but we'll see. Also, number 2 would be if the game only goes to the Frieza saga. If it stops at the Frieza saga, or if it continues on, if it goes through the Cell saga, the Boo saga. Okay, so with the game transformations, Kaioken and stuff like that, what I would like to see in the game is more like a power level rather than a character level. I've discussed that in the leveling video. Check that out in the playlist. I talked about having a level that, because it's an RPG, so we're gonna have items and things like that. So I was hoping that we would be able to have 2 things on the character, similar to how Destiny works, where you have a level for your character. That level may range from level 1 to level 50 or level 1 to level 99, whatever the case may be. And what your level allows you to do is utilize different items. For instance, if you have clothing or armor drops, or being able to use different training locations, like say to use a hyperbolic time chamber, your character has to be at least level 50. Or if Goku has some kind of weighted gi or a special gi, you have to be a certain level to use that gi. Now, separate from that is your power level, okay, which your power level just determines how strong you are. So, like, to put it together, you could be pretty strong and not have a very high character level. Your power level is increased through training. Your character level is increased through experience in completing missions, side quests, and things like that. Also, you will get a boost. I'll say that, because Goku and them did get the Jinky Dama. I mean, not the Jinky Dama, a Zenkai boost. When they had fights that put them close to death. And the more Saiyan fights, the more powerful Saiyan gets. So you could also get I would say small boost to your power levels, or depending on how the fight goes, boost to your power level after big fights, after boss fights, things like that, or regular fights even. But I digress. So the transformations in the game. So to answer, I think it was the last one, the question about power levels boosting your level. So if you're level 45, Super Saiyan boosts you to 65. I would rather it just boost your power level. Say if I'm, 10,000 and I go Super Saiyan, there's like, it's saying the game has a 10 times multiplier. So, it boosts me up to 100,000 or a million or, whatever the multiplier is. I would rather see something like that. Now, the reason I want the game to be more single player based is because of balancing. To answer the first person question about balancing, because if the game is a single player based game, then it's more open for them to be able to kind of cut loose with transformations and the power of transformations, because you're not going to have people complaining in a Dragon Ball game about being too powerful. Nobody's going to complain about that. Now, when you get in a multiplayer game and you have online lobbies and you have people playing together and you have people playing against people, that's when people start complaining about things being overpowered. That's when people start complaining about, oh, this needs to be changed and that needs to be changed. This is too strong. That's too strong. Because they're tired of getting beat. They don't have, people don't like getting beat. That's why games like Xenoverse, the Super Saiyan transformations are very lackluster in my opinion and almost useless because they don't provide a significant power. Like when I'm a Super Saiyan, I don't feel like I'm Super Saiyan. But when you turn on the anime and you read the manga, when they go Super Saiyan, there's a significant difference. You see what I'm saying? And nothing was more cool than having a high power level in your base form, like Goku and Vegeta did against Duifui and Yakon, and then powering up the Super Saiyan, and it's like, wow, I thought this guy was already strong, but he's ridiculously strong. So I would like it, to not so much have a cap on that. I really want the Super Saiyan transformation to be overpowered. And the higher you go, the stronger you are, because that's the truth. I mean, you look back and say, okay, if Goku at Super Saiyan 3 had fought Frieza, bro, he would have destroyed Frieza. You see, or even Super Saiyan 2. We saw how significant a power jump it was from going Super Saiyan, even Super Saiyan Ascended, to Super Saiyan 2, like Gohan did. Look how Goku's fight against Cell went. But when Gohan went Super Saiyan 2, a true next level, I'm not talking about Ascended like they did in Hyperbolic Time Chamber or like Vegeta did against Second Form Cell. I'm talking about a true ascension to a new level, Super Saiyan 2, where Gohan just bodied Cell. I mean, it was a night and day difference between that and Super Saiyan 1. You see what I'm saying? So I would really, really like something like that to be represented in the game. And the next question would be, would transformations be unlocked via story missions? Or, would it be unlocked just at certain levels in the game? Like, because if you do that, then okay, we know once we hit the Frieza saga, we're gonna get to go Super Saiyan. Once we hit the Cell saga or the Majin Buu saga for Goku and Vegeta, we'll be able to go Super Saiyan 2. So should you make those boss fights very difficult? Because there aren't many boss fights in Dragon Ball Z. That's for sure. You look at these. I mean, you have a saga for each one. If you looked at a game, if you put it all together, you're gonna have Raditz. I'm talking about major boss battles, because when you look at the Ginyu Force for Goku, that's not a boss battle. Maybe his fight against Captain Ginyu is a minor boss battle, but Riku, Birder, Jason, he was just toying with those guys. So those are mini bosses. So major bosses, you look at Raditz, then you look at Vegeta, because Nappa wasn't even a major boss. And then you look at Frieza, Cell, and Majin Buu in a sense, and also Vegeta, Majin Vegeta. It's around 5 to 6 bosses. And you look at your average game, yeah, that sounds about right, So how difficult do you make those fights if you're going to obtain something that is so powerful in the game? Now, then you have to say this, is the computer going to scale with that difficulty? Because we know that Goku as Super Saiyan was no match for Cell full powered. He wasn't. Goku knew this. There had to be an increase in power. We know that Goku with Kaioken could go toe to toe with Vegeta, but Kaioken was something that didn't last forever. It was very, very limited. Also, my thing with transformations is something that would be really cool is, like, when you first get the Super Saiyan ability, that just like true to the anime and the manga, that you're not able to maintain that just at a whim, and that let's say the Super Saiyan transformation, and somebody talked about this the other day, um, saying that the Super Saiyan transformation would be limited. Um, I would like to see that at first, but I think that it should be based maybe not off your power level, but maybe off of your stamina level. That after you reach a certain stamina level in training and stuff like that, that okay, then you're able to maintain that form. So say for instance, I go into training and I only train in my base form. In order to be able to maintain, they can add a milestone to the transformation in the sense that the more you train in it, the longer you're able to hold that transformation. Because that would be true to the anime. That would be true to the manga. That because Goku and them couldn't, it took a lot of energy to first of all transform into Super Saiyan, but it took a lot of stamina to maintain that transformation. And this is why Goku and Gohan, when they were in the hyperbolic time chamber, stayed Super Saiyan the whole time, because then their body could get acclimated to that state, and thus it would not consume stamina, and it wouldn't take energy for them to transform into that state, because it basically becomes like second nature. And that's why that's why Vegeta and Trunks and all them were surprised to see Goku and them walking around, as Super Saiyan. And I think Piccolo even mentioned it, saying it doesn't even look like it's straining their bodies, because it wasn't at that point. So, and I mentioned that to the gentleman that commented about that, I mean, this was later on. Yes, at one point they got to the point where the Super Saiyan transformation, it was just like walking around in your base form. It did nothing to them. It didn't bother them. So, I do believe that the transformation should be limited, but I also believe that you should be able to maintain or train to be able to maintain that form. And that will dull down some of the OP-ness and allow the form to be more overpowered, because you're not able to maintain it for a long time. Now, anime time and game time is a little bit different. So if you're Super Saiyan, I like how Budokai did with the fusions. For instance, it's a 30-minute in the anime, but of course, you can't do that in the game. So you had a timer that would tick down. I don't remember how long it lasted. Maybe like 3 minutes, maybe 2 minutes, something like that. You could do this essentially the same thing with the Super Saiyan transformations. And what you could do is, the more stamina or the more that you train in that state, the slower that timer decreases, or the more time, or it could increase. The more time, basically the more time that you have in that particular state. Which would be really, really cool. And like I said, also allow the transformation to be overpowered, because it doesn't last long. Because everybody knows how powerful Gogeta Super Saiyan 4 was in Budokai and Budokai Tenkaichi. And we know that, how powerful those forms were, because the time, we even had a timer on it that it didn't last long. But so you were forced to change how you fight. You were forced to be way more aggressive, because you didn't have a lot of time, which holds true to the anime. They didn't have a lot of time. So in that transformed state, they're a lot more aggressive. They can take more damage, but they can deal out a tremendous amount of damage. And so it's really cool. And he also mentioned about Super Saiyan 3 being that same way. And I believe that that should be the case as well. Because Super Saiyan 3, if it is in the game, if it goes that far, Goku was not able to maintain that form for a long time. So that would be cool for them to do that also. And I just like for them to do that with transformations, period. To have them limited, because they are limited in the anime. And like I said, I hope that they open the door for you to be able to train, to be able to maintain that form longer, or possibly get some kind of loot drop. Like if I go through training and you get loot drops in training, and a potential loot drop in that training could be something that can allow, that you can attach to your transform part, that would allow you to maintain that transformation for longer. Something of that effect. I think that would be really, really awesome and add to the immersion. But what do y'all think? Sorry, this video is going on for a while, but it's a very good topic that I'll probably revisit again to go more in depth. So let me know what y'all think down in the comment section down below. Appreciate y'all for watching. Till next time, peace.